Hello and welcome to our virtual open house. My name is Ben Langevin and I am your student's photography teacher. So if I have them in either first, second, or third period, they're in our photography program. So we're so excited to have them there. We cover a lot of great things in our beginning classes, our periods 1 and 2. We cover our basics to photography. We learn the basics of camera management. We learn how photos happen, the history of photography. We learn about composition and famous photographers and photojournalism and how to use the basics of Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop and all sorts of cool programs. And in Photo 2 and 3, which is our advanced class, which is in the third period, we go even deeper into those subjects and we get students certified in 2 of our Adobe Suite programs or in our Photoshop classes. And we make sure that our students are set up for an industry if they want to head in there professionally or whatever they want to do with photography. We try to set their courses straight there. A little bit about me. I'm a Central Florida kid. I grew up here in Oviedo area. I was one of the first students or one of the first groups through Haggerty. I don't really talk about that a lot with my students, but I was one of the school down the street. I've been teaching for about 10 years now. This is my 5th year at Oviedo High School. My wife's a teacher as well. She teaches over at Winter Springs Elementary. And I in addition to our photography program here, I also run our yearbook, newspaper, and online programs. And with that, I'm one of our state directors for our Journalism Education Association and also the Florida Scholastic Press Association. I work as their vice president, helping network with other advisors and other student publications from around the state. I also used to work as a film and music critic, and that's sort of my journalism background in that way. So our class rules are very straightforward, very simple. It's be good to the stuff we have, be good to the people you're around, and be good to yourself. Really, those are the key things. We talk about how our equipment are a gift from people that our students maybe never have met through tax dollars and through donations. And so it's really important we treat those things carefully and well. And then the syllabus that we'll cover later, you will read that it is a mandatory that if a student breaks something, they do buy it or they do fix it. With the technology we use in class, we want to make sure that our students are using it properly. So that's just to instill that importance of using the tools that we get well. We also want to make sure our students are being brave and open to the possibility of failure. I always like touching on that early is because we want our students to try new things. For many of them, art can be a difficult thing because it's vulnerable. It's saying, this is how I see the world. And so it's really important that we open ourselves up to the possibility of failure because that's the only way that we'll ever actually succeed. Our cell phone policy is very clear. When students come in every day, keeps in line with our Oviedo High School policy. Students are going to keep their phones on a cell phone table that we have in the front of the room. It's an open space so that I can see it and all the students can see it. It helps all of us accountable to make sure that we're focused. We rarely have green days, but if students are allowed to use their phones for a specific purpose, they're going to be monitored while they do that, and it's very important that we really encourage our students to leave cell phones away from themselves so they can be fully present in class. And that's what we're going for with this rule, and we've been able to do that really well for the first 2 weeks of school. Our Minga policies are in line with Oviedo High School as well. We're really encouraging our students to use the bathroom in between classes, but of course emergencies happen. If they do, they'll let me know and I'll Minga them out of class. Minga is our app we use that tracks tardies and tracks hall passes, and you can become an observer on Minga as well as a parent. If you want to do that, you can find information on the school website. There's a full list of tutorials about how to add yourself. We really recommend it because it can send you immediate alerts. To review the syllabus, you can go on eCampus and you can sort of look through that and you'll see all the details specifically about our class. It is really encouraged that you and your student go through that together at some point early in the school year so you understand what's expected of your student as well. Temporary zeros are put in on the due date at the time if students have not submitted an assignment on eCampus. All assignments are going to be submitted through eCampus to keep everything straight and keep everything on track for us. 80% of the grade is going to come from assignments, and 20% of the grade is going to come from your 9-week exam or your 9-week project. Materials for our class are very simple. All they need to bring to school is a composition notebook and a pen. That's it. We supply the cameras, we supply the memory cards, we supply everything else. If your family is in a situation that would allow them to maybe donate some extra to our program, we would really appreciate. We have a $20 lab fee, which is really more of a donation for supplies for our room. Those help us keep our cameras fresh and our memory cards strong. Late work, like we said, it's due on the day it's due, but zeros go into the grade book as a temporary measure. And that's to really encourage our students to submit work on time. However, we do accept late work until the very last day of the semester. I count off 5 percentage points every day that it's late. However, there's a floor of 60%, and that really encourages students to not let the hole dig too deep before they try to climb out of it when the students have not kept up with their work. That happens from time to time, but our students are generally very good about making sure they stay on track of their materials. We say that all communication really should be shared with home, so I always encourage my students to talk with you about anything that we share in class. We want to create an open, transparent partnership here, and so it's really important that we check in throughout times with each other to make sure that we're on the same page. So I just ask if there's any questions you ever have about our class and about what we're doing, please shoot me an email. I will make sure to get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll make sure that we can consistently improve our students' time at Oviedo High School. We do have Adobe, which is a really great program here. These are, at no cost to your student. This is not part of the lab donation or anything else. Every student has access to this. If students take with our program for photo 1, photo 2 and 3, they're going to get certified in InDesign and Photoshop. And Lightroom, everyone learns it. Unfortunately, there's not an Adobe certification quite yet for that, but that'll be one area that we're going to try to work on, and that's a wonderful industry level skill for them to have. We do examine professional works of art in this class. And so we only look at 3 full movies that we need to have your approval for, but I also wanted to list on that parental permission slip on eCampus that you can find under announcements and also in the syllabus. I also wanted to list some of the clips that we watched that you're aware of it. Okay, so we want to make sure that you're aware of what we're looking at in class. Then we really do take it very seriously. That watching movies is not an educational activity worthy of the short time that I get with your students. However, when we can examine these works of art and critique and evaluate these films and clips with proper context, I really do believe that it can deepen their understanding and it can elevate their understanding of the art form and helps their artistic eye that we're trying to develop together in this class. Get questions a lot about, what camera, if I want to have a camera for my student, what camera should I buy? I really recommend the Canon R50. I wish Canon paid me. They don't. But Canon R50 is a great program. That's what the cameras that your students are using in class. And so it's really, really an awesome camera. It's affordable as well. And so you can look at Amazon for those prices. They run Black Friday deals, which is something I really recommend for our students. So with that said, thank you for showing up today. Thank you for clicking play on this video. It's an honor to be a part of your students' educational process at Oviedo High School, and I look forward to serving them this year. If you ever need anything, my email's at the beginning of this slide deck, and I can't wait to hear from you. Have a lovely rest of your day, and go Lions.